YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with my 50 Shades of Purple Project Pan finale. I am doing this in conjunction with the PANtastic ladies. I will link the Facebook group and everybody who started it and everybody who was doing it down below. So, we are at the end, and I managed to have 5 more empties, which brings me to a grand total of 33, which is a little less than I wanted. I mean, technically I wanted all 43, not 33, 43. I miscounted. Which, you know, is technically I wanted all 50, but I thought I was going to finish a few more items, and then I didn't wear much makeup in April, and that kind of threw some things off. But I got finished what I could. There are some things that I think will still finish by the end of the month, which is fine. And there are some things that I'm going to roll into other project pans in the future. So as for what I did finish, I did manage to finish the IGGK Antisocial Dry Hair Mask. I don't think this really does much. It went from 50 grams to 23.7, that's it. There's not even anything in there to shake around, it's empty, thank God. Because it has kind of a strong scent. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy to be done with that. I did manage to finish the mask, the Generation Clay Ultraviolet Brightening Purple Clay Mask. This is the second one I finished for this project. The other one was a smaller tub, but I also had this one. We were right here last time, and I managed to get, I think it was another 2 masks out of here. If I cut it open, I might get another one, but I am not going through that kind of headache with a clay mask, because that would just get everywhere, including all over the packaging. I really like this mask, but I have other stuff I like too. I don't necessarily need to cut that open. And I didn't actually weigh that, so. And 2 things I finished today. First is the Balm's Eyeshadow in Irem. It is in my crease today underneath other stuff. It was in this pan right here, and as you can see, it is now empty. I repressed it into here. This is the original pan that it was in. So that is now done. I am glad that I will no longer have to put that damn thing in my crease every day just to try and get it finished. It was a light purple eyeshadow. It didn't have a ton of pigment to it, and I think it was supposed to have a little bit of like satin colorless to it, but it basically came off as matte, so it wasn't the most exciting thing to finish. Now, something that had a usage goal that I finally hit. It is Juvia's Place, the Violets by Juvia palette. I wanted to use each one of these shades 5 times, and I did. And this one actually has now gained a really nice dip on it. I actually suspected if I threw that into another project pan, I could hit pan on it in the future. However, I don't want to wear any more purple eyeshadows right now because I've been working very hard on trying to finish what I could the past couple of months, and it's made me kind of sick of purple. Which is sad. I actually really like purple eyeshadow, but I need a break. And finally, finished it right before this video. Well, like a couple of hours ago, technically at this point, but I did get the last full manicure I could get out of this Julep nail polish in Eve. I will bring it up close. There is a little bit at the bottom, but it was a pain in the ass to get this manicure, like having to shut it between every nail and kind of flip it around to recoat the brush. And this is a polish that takes like 3 to 4 coats to be opaque. I was done. So that is going into my empties. Its weight went from 36.7 grams to 35.7 grams. I used up a whole gram of product apparently. Now, for the 7 products I didn't finish, some are already in other project pans, some are slated for project pans in the future, and some I don't ever want to look at again right now. Like, I need a break from them. First, this is actually already in another project pan. It's the Zoya 3-in-1 Formula Remove Plus Nail Polish Remover. It did have some progress, so I was able to make a new mark. I know that mark is looking kind of bad. That's because the first one I put too low, so I erased it and then drew it at like an angle so that I could see exactly where it was. So It came out looking a little wonky, but that is now in, I want to say, Child of the 80s Project Pan. I think that's correct. All right, let's see. I actually finished the majority of my non-makeup items because the only other two things that I have are nail polishes. One of which is in, I completely blanked, I'm sorry. It is in Young, Wild, and Cruelty Free. It is the OPI Selena Gomez Nail Polish in Confetti Fun. I did use it once since last time, but there's no like markable change. This takes a couple of like manicures to show progress because it is huge. So I only used that like 4 times in general, so I was apparently just not remembering that existed. This I also only used 4 times. It is the nail polish in Margarita, so I didn't use it since last time. I might roll this into another Project Pan this year. I haven't totally decided yet. I've had this hammered home into my head while watching this last year. I don't need to pan too many nail polishes at the same time. I'm not very good at painting my nails. Doesn't matter if I throw them into Project Pans, I still don't really paint my nails. So I need to keep it down to about 2 solid colors and then maybe a glitter as well as far as painting my nails. Putting nail polishes in Project Pans, I need to keep it down to about 2 max and then like a glitter topper. So, and I have one slated for the next 50 shades and I have a colored nail polish in my Young, Wild, and Cruelty Free. So I need to hold off and wait to do that one until I finish one. I don't know why words are so hard today. All right, next for the makeup I have left. First is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I did use this like 12 times, but didn't quite finish it. Like I said, didn't wear a lot of makeup this month, and I think that's kind of thrown it off because I thought I could possibly finish this, and I still think if I up my makeup wearing game, I can finish this by the end of the month. It went from 100.4 grams to 77.9 grams. I used up 75 odd grams since starting. There's probably about another 40 or so to go. Next is this little booger that just does not, no matter how many times you use it, does not move. It is the Trestique All Over Starlighter in Ultraviolet. I learned that it twisted up. I have realized that I don't like this packaging for this product in particular. Like, I just don't. So I think, not now, but when I decide to try it again to use it up, I'm gonna carve all of this out and repress it into like a flat pan. Because like I said, I don't like this packaging. It doesn't store at all, as you can imagine by looking at it. So I did use it, what was it, 2 times since last time? Yeah, 2. Its weight didn't change. It's still at 22.4 grams. I only used up 0.4 grams of that damn thing, so like it just lasted forever. Something that I'm going to take a break from for now because I have a cream highlighter in another project that I need to finish. It ends in like October, but yeah. This is the Colourpop Super Soft Cheek and Hippo. I need to remember to take pictures next time, and I know that these can start to go dry once they hit pan if you put them away and then pull them back out. So I do want to finish this by the end of this year. I just have something else I want to work on first. So it will pop up in some Project Pan before the end of the year to use up. There's not a ton of it left. Let's see, just going by what I used up in here. First off, I used it like 10 times, so I definitely tried. Let's see, its weight went from 26.2 to 26.1. I think I was just kind of getting tired of it, and like I didn't wear it today. I just forgot to put it on. But let's see, its full weight is 4.2 grams, and I used up 1.9. So I used up half of it basically. And this already had pan when I started in this. Like, it wasn't a lot of pan, it was just a little bit in the middle, but it had some good usage on it already. So I don't quite know how much is left in there, but I think once I get started on it again, I will finish it up fairly easily. Right, next is the other purple eyeshadow I was really working on in here. There are other ones, but I kind of gave up on them. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow in Psychedelic Sister because it is pressed into my Pan That palette for the year now. I will be rolling it into something else to finish up, but this is what it looks like. It is that bright, well, I say bright, but that colorful, deep purple in there. I just need a little bit of a break from purple eyeshadows right now, and I think I will be fine. The next eyeshadow is the Colourpop Super Shock Eyeshadow in Mixtape. Once I repressed this with a little bit of Inglot Duraline, I kind of just gave up on it apparently. Like, I haven't even hit pan again in it yet. Because I had a lot of pan showing, but it was starting to crumble really badly. Like, one day it just kind of went into 4 or 5 pieces, which was when I finally got off my butt and repressed it. So I haven't used that in like 2 months. Its weight is still at 18.4 grams, which I used up a gram of it, and there is 2.1 grams in it, so I used up half. So I don't know if that will go into a project pan again anytime soon, but it will eventually. So I would like to finish that up. I've never actually finished up a Super Shock eyeshadow before. Next is something that I just did not get to because I was continuing to work on another eyeshadow. It is from the old L'Oreal Hip Pigment Duos. Mine was in Charmed. It is this shade in particular right here. It already had pan on it. Yeah, I think I used it once. The other thing I will go over real quick that I did not really get to is this Lipstick Queen lipstick in Medieval. I chose it for the color of the packaging because it is actually like a red shade. I used it twice. The whole time, never moved. Like, those were just 2 that I did not get to. Then there's this, which I'm starting to use up another way, and I will have it done hopefully in the next month or so. It is the Ulta Beauty Glitter Cream Eyeshadow in Psych. I've been using it in my hair to just give it a little shimmer because I don't like this on my eyes. It creases no matter what I do to it. So yeah, and that is what it looks like. I should probably hold it straight. It seems kind of silly to use up something like this in my hair, but honestly, it's either use it up in my hair or throw it away. Because I've lost the stopper. I took it out at some point, so I can't give it to anybody else. Yeah, so it was at 24.7 grams. It is now at 23.9. I can't read how much is in here. Okay, 6.1 milliliters. So I've used up about 4 of those, give or take. Hopefully it'll be done at some point soon. And finally, I have my MAC lip gloss in, what is this called? Midnight Dip. I don't think the mark has moved because I usually take my measurements without the stopper inside because that's the only way that I could see through it for a while. Because now it looks like it's way above my last mark, but that's just from how I've been measuring it. But I didn't wear this a lot this month. I only wore it like 6 times. So its weight went from 25.2 to 25.1. I did try. There is another product. I almost forgot it. It is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Crayon in Lilac Lust. I will put my paper progress here. So this is what it looks like. I promise I did not take a bite out of it. That's just, I used this with a brush to get a bit more pigment payoff than just like wiping it on my eyes or using it with my finger. And the last time I used it with my brush, it took a chunk out of it, which I used, but now it looks crazy. This is another thing I definitely want to use up before the end of the year because, I mean, I used so much of it up and it just seems a shame to like immediately throw it back in my collection and never touch it again. So, yeah. I will insert a quick picture of everything that I finished for this project. Because normally I would like pick them up and show them to you, but it is a lot of products. But like some things I had progress goals on, like I had the Wet n Wild blush that I wanted to use 20 times. It's now on a different project to try and use up one day. I had the Jeffree Star lipstick I wanted to use 20 times. Half of those times I used it as a cream blush with that Wet n Wild blush. And of course I have this, which I used up, had usage goals on. I'm sorry I'm kind of out of it tonight. I'm honestly really tired, but I wanted to film this, so apologies for that. So that is it. I wish I could have finished more, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure I finished either 75% or right at it, so I'm good with that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next color. As always, I do really appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!